Today, I'm showing you smoked pulled pork shoulder on the Weber Kettle. Yeah, we are barbecuing pork butt on the Weber grill, and we're gonna show you how we set that grill up, how we get our pork butt seasoned up, ready to go. And folks, we are not going to inject this pork butt. I'm gonna show you how to make a great pork butt without injecting it. It's still gonna be moist, it's still gonna be tender, and you're gonna learn it today on Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. Folks, I am Chef Johnny. This is Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. So today, I've got a real pretty pork butt here. You can see it. Went down to Food King. They had them on sale, so I got this one. Not going to do a lot of trimming on it, just a little bit. Then we're going to get her slathered up, get her seasoned, and come in close and let me show you how all that takes place. So you can see this pork butt here. Has nothing to do with the ham or the butt. It's actually off the shoulder. The way they were packaged. They were packaged in barrels called butts. So that's what they got called a pork butt. But this loose hanging, we can take that kind of stuff off. I'm not nuts about this. If I had a little butcher's twine out here, I'd probably even tighten that up right there and get it that way to get it a little nicer bundle. But I'm not going to worry about that today. This fat here is a real soft fat. It's going to render out. I'm just going to take the kind of the loose hanging stuff on there. A lot of times you've got a layer of fat on this side, which really I kind of like it. This one has been trimmed off of, but we're gonna do it like that. And I may run go get a little butcher's twine here in a minute just to tighten that up. But that looks pretty good like that. Now we're gonna get our slather on. For our slather, I always use yellow mustard. Seems to work good for me. I've never had any complaints on it. I like it. Seems to hold my rub on real well. And I can tell you this, folks, a pork butt is usually fairly moist, and since it is fairly moist, a lot of times you really don't even need a slather. You can put it on there and your seasoning will stick simply from the moisture of the pork butt itself. There's that. Let me go grab a little butcher's twine, and we're going to see if we can just pull that in a little bit tighter to hold it a nicer bundle so it will cook more evenly. Here's my roll of butcher's twine. Sometimes you'll see it they come in like little balls, but I'm gonna kind of double the size of my pork butt there. Cut my twine, just a little cotton twine is all it is. I'm gonna slide it under. In fact, I'm gonna turn this back over because here's the side I'm really worried about. It's really not holding too good, but I'm gonna take my string, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 2 times, all right? Under once, under twice. That's going to kind of help it hold. And then pull it tight. There we go. And we're just going to put another overhand loop in it. There's that one. Cut the tag ends off. Take this second one, slide it under. Again, 1 time, 2 times, got it twice. Pull it tight. Another overhand loop. So you're making kind of a square knot is what I'm doing here. Pull that tight. Cut my tag ends. Now, look how much more uniformly this is gonna cook by me just adding those 2 little pieces of string. Next step's gonna be is add our rub. I'm gonna use this copper ore. Y'all can see that right there. This is from Outlaw Smokers. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're looking for a pellet smoker, top quality American-made pellet smoker, you need to go to outlawsmokers.com and check out what they have. Their line of Outlaw Smokers, and then also their sawtooth pellet grills. Anyways, go check those out, give them a look. But I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna decide top from bottom here. This is gonna be my bottom. So I'm gonna season it first. Get a good amount of this copper ore. You can tell we got a little breeze out here today. Flat side, get the side. We want to get each side real good. It's a big piece of meat. It'll take a lot of seasoning. It can handle it, so pour it on there. Front side. And folks, you can get their seasoning online also. So not just their smokers. And across the top, got a good amount on there. I'm liking that pretty good. And again, I'll just kind of, y'all seen me do this before, pick it up and see if you can gather up some of the loose seasoning on your board. That's ready to go. Now, we're gonna make sure the kettle is set up properly. I'm gonna show you on my Weber kettle. I want it running about 275. At 275, I figure 45 minutes to an hour per pound. This is 6 pounds, 11 ounces. So we're looking at 5.5, 6 hour cook time here, and it should come out real good. I am gonna rotate this every hour to 90 minutes just because of the proximity of the fire in that kettle. I have a slow and sear in it, but I wanna turn this each time. So I'll have this toward the fire, then on the other side, and go back and forth. Get a little more even cooked. So let's check out the Weber. Let me show you how it's set, and then we're gonna get this on there. We'll look at this top edge first. We got about 1/2 to 3/4 open on top. Now we're gonna go down bottom and let you see where I have it set up. As we look down here, you can see I've got mine on my quarter open mark. And they're hard to see these days, but there's a quarter. That's halfway open for my air vent. This one here, past that, is all the way open. So I've got it at 1/4 down here. Up top, we had it at 1/2 to 3/4 open. We're running at 275. That's where we want to keep it. We have got some lump charcoal in there, and we're gonna see how this Weber cooks it up. Get this Weber open, and you can see I have my slow and sear over here. Now you can see, get a little flare up. We were at about 300. I figured it would drop when I did this, but I'm gonna pick up my pork butt, set it on here for an offset cook. I have foil on the bottom, and so you can tell the airflow, or the majority of it's gonna go through my slow and sear, back up across my pork butt, and then out the exhaust, because I'm gonna set the exhaust over here. So that's ready there. Let's get the lid on it. We're gonna try to run that 275 degrees, and we're gonna see y'all. Oh, I might show you me turning it every hour, but pretty much, I figure about 6 hours from now, we'll be eating pulled pork, and we'll let y'all see something. Now, 203 is where it's at. Pit's been running around that 275 the whole time. We're about 6 hours and 52 minutes into it. Took a little longer to cook this than I thought, but let's open this up, let y'all look at it. There is that pork butt, unwrapped. You can tell it's kind of dark. Some of y'all may not have seen an unwrapped pork butt before, but that's, you know, when you get 6, 7 hours of smoke, they get pretty dark. So we got a nice darkness in there. I'm gonna take this probe out from the Inkbird and just probe it and see how it probes tender. But it's nice and tender out here, just like a hot knife through butter. And I tell you what, folks, it's 202 there. So I'm going to show you this. This is cool. That turns over when you turn it over. I like that part of this. I like that part of this thermometer, is that it reads either direction. Look at that. That's cool. We're going to get this off. We're going to let it rest about 15 minutes probably, and then we're going to pull it and see how it turned out. So stick with us. There you have it. I'm going to cut my strings off. I'll tell you what, that copper ore put a pretty color on it. I tell you, this butt's looking pretty. Let's grab this bone and see if it'll come out of there. Oh yeah, look at that. Man, that's still hot. The tongs here. That shoulder looks good. And here's what I want to show you. We talked about injecting them, and everybody that did. I'm just gonna put a slice down into this. Look at that. That is moist. There's nothing wrong with this at all. This center part, if you wanted to pull it a lot, you could probably cook maybe a little bit longer, but I thought it was good enough. Man, still hot. But if I want to pull it, I can see. It'll break up. And you can tell that pork is moist. Okay? But that's it. Pork on the Weber kettle. First time I done one on the Weber. And I tell you what, I'm impressed with it. Folks, there you have it. That pork is just, it is nice and tender. Look at that. I won't stick my hand in there. It's been resting about 15 minutes and it still is hotter than a pop pistol. But, you know, it was 203 degrees according to the probe. But that looks beautiful. That's got a good taste. Folks, we use the Outlaw Smokers copper ore. It's what they use for their pork butts and rib rub there. And it made a beautiful, beautiful pork butt. We cooked this thing for, oh heck, almost 7 hours. So it cooked a little longer than I thought it might. But I tell you what, it came out very, very good, very moist, tender. That is some excellent, excellent pulled pork. It's moist. Tell you what, folks, Weber Kettle did a good job. First time I cooked on the Weber with the lump in the slow and sear, but came through it all right. We did an all mesquite lump in there. And like I said, the copper ore seasoning from Outlaw Smokers did a great job of cooking this up. So I'm liking it a lot. Fantastic, great pork butt. Got any questions about this cook? Put them down below in the comments. I'll try to answer them best I can. I try to respond to everybody's comment. Never intend to leave anybody out. Always try to answer everything I can. But again, a great cook. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell your friends and family about us. Share us on your social media. And we're going to see you down the road on Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. Good night, everybody.